All right, guys.
Hey.
We are 12 o'clock noon Eastern, right on the nose. We're streaming to YouTube. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a kind of new and different format for us. So today we are going to talk. It's kind of a part two. So we've done in the past. It was I think it was 2 weeks ago, Lisa. We did the new release of essential oils. We kind of dug into more of the technical aspects of the oils, the sourcing, the quality, the things that we were most concerned about. And we did introduce each oil, but we also said, we're not aromatherapists. We're very much an amateur users. And I know that everybody has been dying to learn more about how to incorporate essential oils into your daily life, how to get the most out of them. And I'm just going to guess there's thousands of ways to do so. So today we have a new panelist, a guest of ours. Her name's Jane Mullen. Jane, why don't you say hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Lisa,
Hi.
you're on. Can you say hello too?
Hello, everybody. Excited for this one.
Oh yeah, and Nodder.
What's up?
Awesome. I'm hoping
Great
Ben
seeing
can
you all.
join. Hey, Nodder, grab your peppermint oil or all your oils if you can. Have it nearby. I think we're going to do a little experiment with them here in a minute. But so we don't want to take up too much time, but I would love for Jane to just do a short intro, please. Jane, a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you. So I've been using oils for over 10 years. I was a rep with doTERRA. I was terminated by doTERRA in October of 2023. I was a Blue Diamond. That was my highest rank. And I was also a Canadian founder. And I never used essential oils before doTERRA. They are high quality oils, and just from pure experience and other people sharing their stories and experiences, I learned so much about essential oils. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an aromatherapist, I'm not trained in anything specific, but I have been using them internally, topically, aromatically for over 10 years. And because of that, I do have a wealth of knowledge. And I just want to point out right now that a good friend of mine is a doctor of natural medicine, and her name is Dr. Michelle Cook. Michelle is spelled Michelle, and Cook is Cook. She has a website, so drmichellecook.com, and she has an essential oils section. So drmichellecook.com/essential oils. She's got digital downloads there, and she's also written a number of books on essential oils, which I have in my possession. One is called Pain Erasers, and this one, especially for us women, essential oils for hormone bliss. She has recipes in there. She talks about the proper usage of essential oils. This is, if you want someone with that science background and the educational background, and some people like to read books, this is your go-to. Michelle is fantastic. I'm more of the experiment girl. Like, I've got lots of stories that I can share. And one of the big things that I want to say right now is that an oil that works for me may not work for you, just because we're also biochemically different. It's the same with supplements, right? Ryan and Lisa, I mean, this, like the super greens are fabulous for some people, and other people, they really struggle with it. And sometimes, we have to do, I don't know if you know about muscle testing, but that's a story for another day. But that's what I want to say. And then I also want to just give a disclaimer. My information is for information only. The products I discuss are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. All right. So
love that intro. Thank you, Jane. That's awesome. So it's more like a of the people, by the people, for the people thing here. I love it. Like a license to learn here. Once you start with essential oils, it's about experimentation. And I love that about you, Jane. I love the fact that we're coming at it from that approach, because it's very relatable. And that's what I'm hoping we can get out of this today. So, Jane, before you get into going through each oil and just the way you incorporate them in your daily practice, can you just answer the biggest question that we get by far, which is, can oils be ingested, and what are the risks associated with taking oils by mouth?
Great question. So I've been using oils internally for over 10 years. I don't overdo it. There is such a thing as overdoing it. And actually, this is not well known, but having had discussions with very educational people, there is a thing where if you overuse, it's like anything else, right? Too much, it can do damage. Sometimes people will break out, and this not just internal, by the way, this can be overuse topically, what have you. Sometimes people's bodies will shut down and they will start breaking out like crazy with rashes, and that's their body's way of saying stop. And you may need to stop for weeks, months, even years at a time. So I'm a big believer of less is more when it comes to essential oils. You do need to experiment. And for people that are very sensitive, they should be using a carrier oil along with their pure oils. So a carrier oil can be olive oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, you know, those types of things, right? So it helps dilute it. And if you have an accident where you drop too much on your skin, don't go for water. The water will make it worse. It will sting. You need to grab a carrier oil to get it subsided. Okay. Oils, you do have to be very careful getting in your eye. It will sting like a banshee. So if you do get it in your eye by accident, grab your carrier oil and just start dabbing it to get the sting out. There won't be any like significant harm or anything. It's just that it stings. So getting back to internal use though, it should be a matter of preference. And you want to be careful with hot oils. There are different ways that you can take oils internally. One of the ways that I take internally is I use a veggie cap like this. So I pour the oils into the cap and I take it with food. So it goes down nicely. And you may want to take it even with an oil too, like olive oil again. And usually you just need 1 or 2 drops. Like I filled these things right up to the top. Again, I know my body. And the reason why I like the internal is I mean, you don't have to taste it, right? If you're getting it on your tongue and stuff, so easy way for that to go down. And I think the main reason, Ryan and Lisa, the reason why people were afraid of internal use is because the oils were not pure. That's the real issue. If you go to Walmart and you look at a bottle of essential oil, it says flammable on it. So, you know, there's no education with something like that. Probably people don't even read the bottle. They should absolutely not be taking a bottle that says flammable on it. Shouldn't be taking it at all. But that's the real reason. Because I mean, let's face it, we take a lot of stuff internally that are not good for us, but we're still okay. I mean, alcohol is considered poison, but a lot of people drink alcohol, right? We're okay. So again, it's a preference thing, and also to be careful and also experiment and really pay attention to how your body feels.
Sounds good. All right, let's get into it, Jane.
We are going to start with peppermint. If you can grab your peppermint bottle.
Got it.
Okay. So if you can just put your hand out. Not, are you good? You got your peppermint? Oh, he's
on mute.
Okay.
He's on mute.
Okay, no problem. All right. So what we're going to do is one drop on the palm of our hand. Okay. Sometimes 2 comes out, but try to just get 1. There, one drop. Guys, good? Okay, we're going to rub our hands together. Now we are going to inhale deeply.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
That'll open up the sinuses. Okay, now you want to take it a step further. See, Ryan? You want to take it a step further, and we make a little bong with our hands. Okay, so like this. We're going to inhale deeply. Be prepared to cough a little bit here. See? Yeah, totally normal. It's cleaning out the lungs. Okay, you got that, guys? Okay.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
take your hands and you're going to just rub the back of your neck.
You making us do things, Jane.
I know.
Kind of. What is
Okay, so do you see how powerful that was? That was
Yeah.
one drop of peppermint essential oil. We did it aromatically. We did, oh, one more thing. I'm missing an important part.
Ooh.
You know how we still have some on the palm of our hand? Put your thumb on the palm of your hand and put it on the roof of your mouth. It's going to freshen your entire mouth. Don't need to chew gum when you got peppermint oil.
Fresh
So
breath.
what? Yes. So we did aromatically inhaling, we did internal, and we did topical. So the beauty of peppermint is that it's very invigorating. If you're driving in your car and you're getting a little sleepy, this is the time that you would like to have that little pick me up. Okay. It can open up the airways. It's a great one. A little tip for sales, and I can see Nodder doing this.
Oh gosh.
You keep your peppermint oil in your pocket. A lot of guys I can see carrying them in your pocket. And I just picture Nodder pulling this out and go, "Hey bro, have you done the peppermint
Bro,
trick?"
you
Okay.
know me too well.
I
Bro.
have done this trick at trade shows, at vendor shows, and I get automatic sales for peppermint. Okay. Yeah. And you think about it, probably a 15 ml bottle like this has about 250 drops. This costs next to nothing. A bottle like this, we already know, is so inexpensive. This is probably what, a penny a drop. I don't even know what it is, but you know, this is going to last a while if you only use a drop a day. All right, we've covered peppermint. Let's move on to lemon.
That was awesome, Jane.
Okay. Okay,
You
now
know,
lemon.
speaking, Jane, have you ever heard this with peppermint? I was reading something about how good it is to rub on your arms and legs before a workout.
Yeah, yeah. Some people do that. Yeah, it's again, it's just invigorating. Like gets the blood flowing and everything. That it's good. Yeah, and even on top of your clothes, you can do that. You know, like just patting down.
Hey, Ginny just wrote in too. Said tell them to close their eyes with peppermint, and it's funny. She's probably right. My eyes are burning a little bit. Maybe I think I ended up with 2 or 3 drops, to be honest, on my palm. So
Okay, fair enough.
I think if I had just done 1 drop, Ginny, maybe it wouldn't be as bad. But my eyes are watering, so you're be careful.
Nice
with that.
disclaimer. I'm gonna have some explaining to do on my next Zoom that's coming up in 2 minutes. I love you all. Thank you, Jane, for being here. I gotta jump off.
Okay.
You got my number, Ryan. Lisa, you're the best. You all
Thank you,
rock.
Otter.
Love you
Awesome.
all. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the lemon. So lemon is probably one of my favorite oils because it is so inexpensive and it's so multi-purpose. So I actually make my own homemade cleaners. This one I've got labeled glass cleaner, but any type of spritzer, you can clean your counters. If you want to spruce up your dish soap, you can put a drop right into your dish soap dispenser. Lemon is the thing that is a degreaser. So you can clean your entire oven with a bottle of essential oil because you drop it right onto the grease, let it sit for a little bit, and then it's going to wipe right off. And it will remove, if you have a child and it gets a gum in their hair, you can help get it out with the lemon oil. You can, if you have like a sticker on a bottle and you need to get it off, put a bit of lemon oil and it'll wipe it right off. If you have a coffee mug that's full of stains, put the lemon oil in there, sit there, and it'll wipe right off. It's a super duper cleaner. If you do choose to use lemon or any essential oil in your water, I would not use a plastic container, right? Because it will eat the plastic eventually. So use a stainless steel mug, cup, thermos, whatever, or glass, whatever. That's totally fine. So anything like you can use, I have dryer balls and I put essential oils on my dryer balls all the time. You can actually put the oil right into the washing machine A lot of them have those pull out things. And when you put your laundry detergent in, you can actually put a couple of drops of lemon into, just helps fight the mold and bacteria and that sort of thing. And it spruces it right up. So great cleanser oil. Okay. Tea tree also has some of those same benefits as cleaning as well. So we'll move on from the lemon, and we're now going to talk about lavender. Also, just while I'm on the talk about citrus oils, because lemon's considered a citrus oil. Oils that are citrus are towards the sun. It means uplifting. When you have your oils that come out of the ground, they're your earthing, your grounding oils, right? That's why lavender is better, is good for sleep. So when you have oils that perk you up, the sun thing, that's how you kind of separate those two. Okay. So getting into lavender, this is considered your calming oil. And some people, all they need is a drop on their pillow at night. That's it. Some people like to rub it behind their ears, their temples. The wrists are good. Some people have that jewelry that you can buy with the little stones, and they like to have it on those black little lava stones. There's many different. Oh, there you go, Lisa. Yeah.
Yes, I have it's a little black one, and there's like 3 beads on it that are the ones that absorb the oil, and then you put it on there, and I use these all the time.
Perfect. And of course, very good in the diffuser. We haven't talked about diffusers yet. You can get your diffusers anywhere. If you're finding that your diffusers are not working properly, it's because you probably haven't cleaned them out. You should run it through with vinegar to clean up all the pieces of the diffuser. Diffusing is actually quite an amazing thing. And I've got some stories to share with you about that. So the limbic system, I don't know how much you guys know about that, Ryan and Lisa. Yeah, this is what deals with memories, emotions, and stimulations. And the molecules from the essential oils from an inhalation go to the olfactory bulb and to your limbic system. So what's really interesting is that certain smells can be associated for good or for bad. Childhood memories can often evoke trauma or good things. That's why you have some people that say, I hate the smell of lavender. And then when you talk to them, you find out it's because the nursing home that they went into when their grandfather was dying or something, it smelled like that. It reminded them of that. On the flip side, it can give good memories too. So it's very interesting how certain smells can stay with you. And I have 2 stories to share about diffusing. So they're true stories. The one situation was the bit of a cranky man, married and had teenage kids. And the wife decided to start diffusing with some really lovely citrus oils. And she did it for 2 weeks, did not tell the husband. And the teenage kids came back to their mother and they said, what is going on with dad? He is not near as cranky as he normally is. So this is why I think it's kind of a good way to experiment, is just by diffusing, because you're not telling someone, oh, put oils on you. It's just in the house. And then another true story, my friend, she knows her brother doesn't like lavender. So he came over to her house and she had lavender diffusing, and she didn't tell him on purpose because she knew he was going to complain about the lavender smell. So he comes in, he's like, oh, what's this? Something really nice. What you got in that diffuser? Really nice. And she says, oh, she didn't tell him, right? So they go and do their things and they come back. It's about time to go. And he goes, it's really nice in here. Like, what's in there? She goes, it's lavender and you're an idiot. Yes, she wanted to say that about her brother. But that's, the important thing about something like so easy to diffuse, whether you put one oil in the diffuser or several oils. And that's sometimes an experimental thing. There's tons of recipes online about using what blends, to make a nice thing, like especially real estate agents that want to have open houses coming through. That's great. All right, so we've covered lavender. Now we're going to go over to immunity. I was really excited when you guys put together this blend, which is clove, cinnamon, orange, rosemary, and eucalyptus. This is a blend that over the years I have taken internally. And again, I love it with my veggie cap. And just a note about the veggie cap, these dissolve. So you don't want to make your veggie caps ahead of time or you'll waste your oils. Make them at the time and then swallow them. These are all immune boosting oils. It smells great. Now, some of these oils, you do want to be careful about sun sensitivity. If you're going to put these oils on topically, be careful going out to the sun because you could be more sensitive to burning. Okay, not an issue for internal. But these 5 oils, they're absolutely fantastic. Like even on their own, they're fantastic. But to have as a blend, and also just to show you another little trick here. And again, you can use this as if you're in an area, you're in an airport, you're on a plane, and you just feel like you need to clean your hands, you're not near a wash basin. You can rub it on like what we did earlier, but even just on the top here of the, you can see I'm waiting for it to come out. There, 2 came out.
You like
So
how
I'm-
that meter dropper works on that. It doesn't just free flow.
Right.
The
Yes.
cap on that was specific. These are a more expensive dropper so that they really are calibrated to one drop. If you notice,
Excellent
cheap
point.
one just pours out.
Excellent point, Ryan. Thank you for saying that. So I just rubbed this in. And if I want to just do a quick little, there, I licked it. It's in my mouth. I've just now given myself a little boost, right? So easy. I can just rub it in, you know, whatever I want to do. I just get it on me. You can put it on a little scarf, you know, hold it up. That would be a secondary form of inhalation. I'm telling you, and you know what I have to say with these oils, you will never be stopped by TSA in the airport. 15 mil is safe for carry on in your purse. Okay, so on guard, sorry, immunity, pardon me.
That's okay. Hey,
This blend, I mean, I've covered some of the uses, but also for cleaning, like washing your floors with something like this. Oh man, you're gonna your house is gonna smell fantastic, right? Just mixing it in with some water, and I mean, really, you can do anything. Like the dryer balls. If you don't have a dryer ball, just grab an old cloth that you don't care about, put it on, and throw it in the dryer. So many things you can do.
which oil is that, Jane?
This is the immunity blend.
Oh, okay. You're still on. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to move on to tea tree. So tea tree, one of the biggest things, athlete's foot. If you got any fungus between your toes, oh, this thing works fantastic. Also good, very disinfecting. If you've got a wound, this is an oil that you can put on the wound to help speed up the healing. You know, like if you got a whiteboard, I have a whiteboard here. When I need to clean it off, I just use this on a Kleenex and I wipe it off. So you don't have to buy those chemical cleaners. And same thing, you can drop on your hand, just inhale. Another thing that you can do, you can really make your oils last a long time this way, is just inhale right from the bottle. You'd be amazed at how much benefit that you can get from this. Okay. And yeah, like you just, you know, keep it. It's so handy to keep this around. It's just a little, like you can hide it if you don't want anybody to see what you're doing.
I say the tea tree one is one of my favorites to put on my dryer balls when I'm washing or either the dryer ball and in the washer when I'm washing gym clothes or the kids' sport clothes or like really nasty, germy, bacteria-ridden clothes because it really takes that scent out and kills the bacteria.
That's right. And you know, even for a little pimple, you know, because it's antibacterial, you just, you know, for the teenagers, they can do something like that too, right? If you want to have your garbage can smelling better, a few drops going in, it's anything you can think of that's gonna help with bacteria and so on and nasty smells. Putting them in stinky gym sneakers, your gym bags, fantastic.
Is there
All right.
photosensitivity to tea tree?
What's that about sensitivity?
Photosensitive from the sun, direct sun?
No, it's not. No. Now we're going to get into frankincense. This is the king of all oils. This passes the blood-brain barrier. And there's a saying that Dr. Michelle Cook came out with, which is, if in doubt, pull the frankincense out. If you don't know what oil to use, grab your frank. It is very good for brain. And again, we've done this little experiment, and memory issues, just come and sniff. And you feel like your brain's working better again. Again, don't want to use names for diseases or anything like that. Got to be careful, but memory issues, this is the one you want. It's also very, very good for your skin. And I want to tell you right now, tried and true and tested. I've done it. I have a redhead son. Sunburns, lavender, and frankincense are the 2 oils that you need to use together for sunburn relief. Use a carrier oil to go with it. Works every time. And also, I'm saying this now because I don't want to forget, for those of you that suffer from seasonal allergies, we have something, it's a tri-blend, which is lavender, lemon, and peppermint. When you put the 3 of them together, you will help that relief with the seasonal threats. So you can do that in a veggie cap, you can put it in a diffuser, and you can do it topically. Lavender is like a natural antihistamine, and so the puffiness can go down and that sort of thing, okay? Back to the frank, skin issues, I would put it directly on. It's not an oil that stings. It's not considered a hot oil. A hot oil would be like oregano or cinnamon, cassia, that kind of thing. And emotions like, this is why in yoga classes and meditation classes, they like oils like frankincense and like mood enhancing oils, because for my new management, because that's the time that, you're just sort of calm and letting it in and really let the oils do its job. So yeah, this is the key right there. Yeah, I think that's the main coverage, Ryan. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Let's take just a quick pause,
Yep.
only because I think our YouTube stream might have dropped, which has been happening a lot lately. It's very annoying. But let me just punch record on this. Hang on. Okay, Jane. So as you were saying about frankincense, anything else you want to finish up with, or do you want to go into Q&A?
Q&A.
All right, cool. All right, let's do it. All right, so I am going to reference some Q&A that has come in. While I'm working on this YouTube thing, a lot of questions came in on pets. What about citrus? What about some of the others? What's the risk with pets in the house?
Okay, the answer I can give about that is Dr. Kelly Mark. She's on my LiveGood team. She is Canada's oily vet. She has a Facebook page. She is the go-to person for pet questions.
Yes, that's who I always refer the pet questions to, because like I say, I mean, our oils are pure or 100% pure. So, besides and all I've really read about pets is really topically and orally. It's more like diffusing in your home. There should be no concern. But again, love having Canada's oily vet on our side, because it's great reference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love that. That's awesome. All right, let's go back to the Q&A real quick. YouTube looks like it's up and running, so we're fine. Where do you get your veggie caps? Probably just from Amazon, I imagine?
Any health food store.
Any health food store even? Okay. I think Amazon sells them too, if that's something.
Someone's asking about nasal inhaler tubes for aromatherapy. Is that something?
Yeah, you can buy nasal inhalers. I've actually never used one, but it's a thing that you can buy and try that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to be careful with your nasal cavity because it's pretty tender.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But nebulizers, if you've got a cavity that you can put the oils in with something else like silver or whatever, that's another way to get it into you. I love nebulizers.
I want to also remind folks to watch the first Zoom. There's a lot of questions that are actually answered in that Zoom that are not answered in this one. But I do like that you said this, Jane, about the limbic system. We did talk about it in that first Zoom, and I said how important the olfactory sense is because it does travel the cranial nerve very short, and it goes right into the limbic system, which controls emotions and behavior. So spot on about that. And I think that you saying that actually I was like, oh, that's right. We did talk about that previously too. Photosensitivity, Jane, what are some oils that can commonly cause photosensitivity? What does it look like if somebody has photosensitivity, and what can they do about it?
Yeah, so if they're gonna burn much quicker, right? If they're putting oils on their skin and they're going out sitting on the sun, they're gonna burn much quicker. So that's what they have to watch for. So, if that's like, maybe don't go out right away, like give it a good 12 hours or so. In terms of metabolizing the oils in your body, it takes about 4 hours to go through the liver. Another quick tips too. In 22 seconds, the essential oil molecules reach the brain. In 2 minutes, they'll be found in the bloodstream. And in 20 minutes, they will affect every cell in the body.
Awesome. Thank you for those facts.
And
Okay.
one quick thing about the limbic system and the olfactory system. If you don't have a sense of smell, or you have issues with your sense of smell, because I've had this problem over the years with mine, it'll still work. Even if you can't smell it, still get the benefits going to the brain.
Okay. And then which carrier oils do you suggest, or say for which particular oil, like does tea tree have to be matched with jojoba, or like what are some ideal carrier oils?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Just any carrier oil with any essential oil. Fractionated coconut oil is a fraction of the coconut, and it's always in a liquid form. But if you don't have that available and you just have like the solid coconut oil, grab that and rub it on. Most people have olive oil in their pantry, so at least they've got something should they get it in their eye. But I like grapeseed oil, I like jojoba oil, and coconut oil.
Okay, awesome. A little bit about diffusers. So I've told people that not to go so big on a diffuser. Typically look for something a little smaller, like the 100 ml. But if it's plastic, which most are, look for BPA free. Look for something that has a timer. And then of course, make electric. I mean, there are the wick based ones as well. What's some other advice you would give people shopping for a diffuser? Because LiveGood at this time, even though we are going to launch a diffuser, does not have one right now.
Yeah. So, you want to look at a warranty. I've had people say before that they've bought stuff from Amazon and it was cheap, and boy, was it cheap in quality, because it didn't even last a few months. So sometimes buying a higher quality one with a good warranty is the one to look for. You do need to clean your diffusers, because some oils are thicker. Not that we have that in this situation, but an oil like vetiver, for example, is a thick oil, and it can gum up your diffuser. That's the kind of thing that you have to watch. You can just wipe it out with a soft cloth after you're finished with it. I mean, not every time or anything like that, but just keep an eye on it.
What would you tell someone that's looking at it from an anti-aging perspective? What's the best combo that we offer right now for, say, wrinkles, just some of this obvious aging signs of the skin?
That's a good question, because you know what? We had a guy that put frankincense around his eyes.
That's
and after
me.
Okay.
No, I do that. I actually love it.
Okay.
And on my son and on my age spots, my sunspots.
Perfect on the age spots.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow. So he did it for, I think, like about 30 days straight. And people were going around asking him if he had a facelift. That's all he did.
Skin
Yeah.
tightening. Awesome.
I know.
Is it
It's
skin
so
tightening,
good.
or is it sort of nourishing the collagen production? Do you have any idea how that?
I don't know exactly how it works. I just knew that frankincense is very good for the skin, but that repeated use, obviously this guy did a good job doing it every day.
Awesome.
Yeah,
A
that's a
question
key
about
right there.
toenail fungus, and I imagine he's referencing the tea tree oil. Also with molds and the air conditioning system, the HVAC, I do know that people are putting it, infusing it into their system. That's, I think, a professional application. But a lot of utility for tea tree in the mold, the fungus, obviously mold and fungus, but bacteria, yeast, parasites.
Absolutely. Like even when I've gone to a hotel, and you know how they have those units on the side of the wall?
Right.
And like I've gone in there and pulled out the screen and put essential oils on the screen,
Mhm.
put it back in. So at least I'm cleaning the air a bit. You can put oils on cotton balls and put them around the house. You can put them by your car vents, you know, and peppermint is actually very good at keeping spiders away. I have a friend of mine who had a problem with a possum and she used peppermint and it drove the possum away. So peppermint possum oil.
What do you put in your water, Jane? Do you add like a drop of lemon or peppermint? What is your,
I don't do it all the time. I just do it when I feel like it.
and how much?
Yeah.
Would you just put one drop of
One
lemon?
drop. Yeah, one drop. Oh, a tip with that. Add a little pinch of Himalayan salt to your
Nice.
water. Will help with you because you know how it sits, the film sits on the top of the water.
It's
So you got to
solubility.
mix it
Right.
in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Really
I
good
like
for
that
you to
tip.
have the Himalayan salt with the oils and drink that down. You know, don't keep it in your mouth and swish because a lemon is like acidic in your mouth, right? You don't want to wreck your enamel. But most people don't. If you're concerned about that, use a straw too. Goes right in. But again, I always caution overuse. I've done a lot of stuff like kids, you should be diluting if you're going to use your oils on kids. You know, like the belly button is a good spot to put oils in, but you know, if you're going to put like a little bit of peppermint in your belly button for digestion, put anybody who's sensitive, put the coconut oil on or whatever carrier oil. Always try that out first.
Jane, I wish I had unlimited time because the comments are coming in. There's so many that
Right.
are just saying how great the oil is for them. Like you said, for each person, it's different and what they do. Lisa, any questions for Jane before?
Well, I think the biggest
Close it.
thing is because a lot of these questions are coming in, they have, you know, specific uses, like what oil for menstrual cramp, what oil for blood sugar, this and that. Do you have a resource? I know, Dr. Michelle Cook has her books, but say somebody doesn't want to get a book, they just want to look online. Do you have like a go-to where you can get recipes and recommendations and stuff like that?
I mean, you can just Google.
Right.
Dr. Michelle Cook does have the digital downloads.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a lot of times, yeah, you can Google. If you don't want to buy books, go to a library and check stuff out. And I just find it fascinating because you know some people have had such um, great testimonials and stories about how oils have helped them, and then they say, okay, well, this worked for me, and then the person goes and tries it, and it didn't work for them. So you have to keep playing around. Yeah, you know, lavender. Oh, another little tip. Okay, mosquito bites. For me, tea tree would always be the one that helped for the itchiness. But for some people, I was finding that it was a lavender. Then now what I do, it's immunity. That one takes the itch away from me, hands down, every time. So again, playing around with it.
Seen a couple of questions come in about sunburn. I guess in any type of inflammatory skin response. Do you have any recommendations for how to treat inflamed skin, like sunburn?
Yeah, the lavender and the frankincense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're asking questions and you don't think your question may have been answered, just make sure you rewatch because I'm seeing some come in like now talking about allergies, like she just went over seasonal allergies. So a lot of the answers have been answered. And then again, going back to just like, can these be ingested orally? And the reason why you wouldn't is if you're using an oil that's not pure. So you know, that's why we really advertise that ours are like 100% pure. We go through all the stringent testing to make sure that these can be used oily, and none of our oils currently are any of those considered like a hot oil or one you have to take extra precautions. So that's really good to know now with this select of the 6 oils that we have.
And another point too about some oils that are in health food stores, they are cut with olive oil. Olive oil goes rancid. And this is another reason why you don't want to be taking essential oils that are mixed with other fillers and other synthetics. You don't know what is in there. The essential oil industry is unregulated. And Ryan, you found that out big time, right?
Big time.
When you were doing everything. And you don't have to put stuff on the bottle. And so you have to be very careful. My friend Bobby Joe has extremely good nose. And the first thing she did when she got her LiveGood oils, she sniff tested them. And in the past, if she has sniffed an oil that is not right, her nose will tell her immediately. Well, all 6 oils passed her sniff test. Works for me. And I could tell as soon as I opened them that they were totally fine. You know, doing the peppermint trick, I mean, that was a good example of how your body was, and it was everything that happened was normal. The coughing, your eyes getting a little bit tingly there, Ryan, all normal.
Right. And Dr. Cook wrote in just, remembering that there is a lot of misinformation online. So, Google, you can find anything on Google. So you just search it in, it's going to give you an answer no matter what. But another great resource though is if you type into, say, Instagram, you type in like certified essential oil therapist, you'll get some accounts, and then kind of scroll through their stuff and see if it's information that's like useful for you. See if there's some recipes, see if there's some tips. Follow that person. That's a really good way to get these great recipes in there, because again, like Jane was saying, there's recipes for anything that you can do with essential oils. So asking some specific questions like this right in here, like we're not going to go and list off all these different recipes, but you can find them. But again, make sure you are using a reliable source. And again, finding a certified oil therapist that you can follow online on social media is a really great start.
Okay,
awesome. Just a quick note about oils for cooking. You have to be extra careful with how much oils you use for cooking. Otherwise, you can ruin your meal. And I'm talking toothpick amount. If you have a lasagna and you dip a toothpick into your peppermint and put it in the middle, try that and see how you like it. I mean, you can use the oils some people make raw chocolate and they like to use the different oils in that. Tastes great. But again, just be very careful. Less is more. And you don't want to be, if you're boiling something and you put the oils in, you don't want to, it can start to destroy the oils. And also real quickly, I had a really bad cold recently and I did a steam tent. So I boiled the water and then I let it cool down and then I put the oils in and I put a towel over my head and I just let the oils, and man, it just goes right into you, like, and then you're coughing up, whatever. So that's another great way to clean up the germs from a cold and all that. Yeah.
So how are we feeling, Jane? We feel like we did a good job covering things in
I think
40
so.
minutes today? Yeah, I think so too. Awesome. Jane, tell everybody how they can find you or reach you. And also, if you could highlight those resources one more time.
Yes. Okay. So drmichellecook.com/essential oils. She has that essential oil section there. And she's got the digital downloads. She can also check out the rest of her website. She has the books available, as I said, excellent. She's written many books, and she's a wealth of knowledge. She's been using oils longer than I have. She has huge experience. So that's for Michelle. And then I have a public Facebook page, Jane Mullen. You can follow me, Mullin, spelled that way on the Zoom here. And I just say, enjoy your oils. Like, just go play with them. And, I know that at some point we may get more, right, Ryan? We may down the road, and we may get some that you can buy buy separately.
Yep.
All in good time. But you guys did a great job on the sourcing and the testing. And it was a great story that you shared. I love the transparency about how the 2 oils failed the test, the tea tree and the, I believe peppermint failed the test, and you had to go back, and that's what we need.
Agreed. All right, Lisa, any closing thoughts?
No, I don't think I have any besides Jane. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming on here and sharing your knowledge base with us, and providing yourself again available for people to possibly reach out to you, as well as Dr. Michelle Cook, and Canada's Oily Vet.
All right, guys, that was awesome. And if you missed the first part of this, go back and watch it. Do the peppermint test with your friends and family. And until next time, we'll see you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.